Archangel Michael is begging you not to trust the person who will call you tomorrow. Not warning, not suggesting, begging, on his knees in the spiritual realm, pleading with you to listen to what he's about to reveal. Because tomorrow, someone is going to reach out to you with words that sound sweet, intentions that appear pure, and an offer or request that seems reasonable. But Archangel Michael has seen their heart. He's witnessed their planning. He's heard their private conversations. He knows what they're really after. He knows the trap they're setting. He knows the damage that will result if you trust them. And he's so desperate to protect you that he's breaking through every barrier, using every tool available to make sure this message reaches you before that call comes tomorrow. Because once you trust them, once you say yes, once you give them what they want, the devastation will be immediate and the recovery will take years. Listen to me very carefully. Angels don't beg humans. They guide, they protect, they deliver messages. But begging? That's reserved for catastrophic moments. When an angel of Michael's rank and power is begging, it means the threat level is at maximum. It means you're standing at the edge of a cliff, and one more step forward means you fall. It means the enemy has crafted something so deceptive, so convincing, so perfectly designed to bypass your defenses that even Michael isn't certain you'll see through it without his desperate intervention. This person calling you tomorrow has been studying you. They know your weaknesses. They know your desires. They know your fears. They know exactly what to say to make you drop your guard. And they're going to use all of that knowledge to manipulate you into doing something that destroys a part of your life. Let me tell you what's at stake here. What could possibly be so serious that Archangel Michael would beg? Let me paint you the picture of what happens if you trust this person tomorrow. Scenario 1. You lose a massive amount of money. Not $20, not $100. We're talking thousands, maybe tens of thousands, maybe everything you've saved. This person is going to present something that sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime or the emergency of emergencies. An investment that promises incredible returns. A business venture that can't fail. A crypto opportunity that's about to explode. Or on the flip side, a family member in crisis. A friend in desperate need. A situation where someone's life or well-being depends on you sending money immediately. Your compassionate heart or your greedy hope is going to be triggered, and you're going to wire transfer money or give bank account access or invest funds. And that money? Gone. Forever. The person disappears. The number gets blocked. The profile gets deleted. The company doesn't exist. The emergency was fabricated, and you're left financially devastated, trying to explain to your spouse or family how you lost your savings to someone who called you out of nowhere. Scenario 2. Your reputation gets destroyed. This person is going to extract information from you during tomorrow's call. They're going to ask questions that seem innocent, friendly catching up, genuine interest in your life. But every answer you give, every detail you share, every confidence you trust them with is being collected and weaponized. Maybe they're working with your enemies. Maybe they're gathering blackmail material. Maybe they're planning to twist your words and spread them to destroy your name. Maybe they're trying to get you to say something incriminating that they'll record and share. Within days or weeks of that call, your private business is public. Your secrets are exposed. Your words are taken out of context and spread. Your reputation that took years to build is demolished in hours. And you can't undo it. You can't take back what you said. You can't stop the spread once it starts. Scenario 3. A critical relationship in your life ends. This person calling tomorrow is going to say things about someone you love. Your spouse, your best friend, your business partner, your family member. They're going to share concerns they have, things they've heard, observations they've made. And it's going to be framed as them caring about you, looking out for you, wanting to protect you from someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart. You're going to start questioning the person they're targeting. Seeds of doubt will be planted. Suspicion will grow. You'll start watching for signs of what you were warned about. You'll create problems where there were none. And before you realize what's happening, you'll have pushed away someone who actually loved you because you believe someone who's playing chess with your relationships. By the time you realize you were manipulated, the damage to that relationship might be irreparable. Scenario 4. You get pulled into something dark. This call tomorrow is an invitation to join something, to participate in something, to be part of something. And it's going to sound incredible. A business opportunity with massive potential. A spiritual practice that promises enlightenment. A community of people who seem loving and supportive. An investment group with proven results. A movement that aligns with your values. Whatever it is, it's going to appeal to something you want. But it's a trap. It's a cult. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a criminal enterprise. It's a dark spiritual practice disguised as light. It's something that once you're in, getting out is nearly impossible. And it will consume your time, your money, your energy, your relationships, your peace, and possibly your soul. People who join these things don't realize what they're joining until they're already entangled. And by then, escape is traumatic and costly. Scenario 5, your safety becomes compromised. This person is going to request something or offer something that requires you to be somewhere, to let someone in, to give access to your location or your space. Maybe they want to meet you somewhere. Maybe they want to come to your home. Maybe they want you to come to a location they specify. Maybe they're sending someone to deliver something or pick something up. And you're going to think it's fine because the reason sounds legitimate. But Archangel Michael sees the danger. He sees the setup. He sees the ambush. This could be a physical threat. This could be a robbery. This could be assault. This could be kidnapping. I know that sounds extreme, but angels don't beg about minor inconveniences. If Michael is this urgent, physical safety is potentially at risk. You could be walking into a situation where you're hurt, violated, or worse. Scenario 6. Your entire trajectory changes for the worse. Sometimes the harm isn't immediate and obvious. Sometimes it's subtle and long-term. This call tomorrow could set you on a path that takes you away from your destiny. The person is going to offer you something or request something that seems like it could be good for you. A job opportunity, a relocation, a partnership, a change in direction. And you're going to consider it, maybe even get excited about it. But it's a detour. It's a distraction. It's the enemy redirecting you away from where God is taking you. Years from now, you'll look back and realize that call was the moment everything went off track. That decision you made based on that conversation is why you're not where you were supposed to be. But by then, so much time is lost. So much ground has to be recovered. One or more of these scenarios is what Archangel Michael is desperately trying to protect you from. He's seen how this plays out if you trust this person tomorrow. And it's so bad that he's begging. So now that you understand the stakes, let me tell you more about who this person is and how to recognize them. This person knows your name, obviously. But more than that, they know things about you. Your life circumstances, your current situation, your challenges, your desires. They've either been watching you from a distance, social media stalking, asking mutual friends about you, gathering intelligence, or they had access to you in the past, and they remember details they're going to use now. When they call tomorrow, they're going to reference things that make them seem familiar, trustworthy, connected to you in some meaningful way. I've been following your journey. I heard about what you're going through. I remember when I know someone who knows you. These references are designed to establish credibility quickly so you'll lower your guard. This person is either very charming or very desperate. If they're charming, they're skilled manipulators. They know how to make you feel special, seen, valued. They'll compliment you. They'll laugh at the right moments. They'll create rapport quickly. You'll feel like you're talking to someone who genuinely likes you and cares about you. That's the disguise. That's the mask. Underneath is someone calculating, cold, using your human need for connection against you. If they're desperate, they're going to trigger your compassion. They'll sound stressed, scared, overwhelmed in crisis. Your instinct to help people in need is going to be weaponized. Either way, charm or desperation, they're playing a role designed to get past your defenses. This person has a story, and the story is going to be compelling. If they're asking for something, the story explains why they need it. If they're offering something, the story explains why it's so valuable. The story will have details that make it feel real. Names, places, time frames, emotions. Specificity creates believability. You're going to think they couldn't make this up, or this sounds too detailed to be fake. But practiced liars know that details sell lies. They've told this story before. They've refined it. They know what works. Don't trust the story just because it sounds believable. Lies are often more detailed than truth because liars have to construct believability while truth tellers just report what happened. This person might be using a voice or identity that's not their own. In this digital age, numbers can be spoofed. Identities can be faked. The person calling might be claiming to be someone they're not. A representative from a company, a government official, a family member's friend, a mutual connection, someone with authority or credibility. They might have technology that makes the caller ID show a legitimate-looking number. Don't assume that just because the call appears to be from a certain source that it actually is. Verify independently before trusting. Now let me tell you the specific tactics they're going to use during tomorrow's call to manipulate you. First tactic, urgency. They're going to create a sense that you must act now. This opportunity closes at midnight. I need an answer today. The situation is critical and we need help immediately. If you wait, it will be too late. Urgency is the enemy of discernment. When you feel rushed, you make emotional decisions instead of logical ones. You skip the verification process. You ignore red flags because you're focused on the ticking clock. Legitimate opportunities and genuine emergencies can wait for you to think. Scams and manipulations need you to act before you think. When someone creates urgency, that's a red flag. Second tactic, flattery. They're going to make you feel special. You're the only person I can trust with this. You're so smart. I knew you'd understand this opportunity. I specifically thought of you because you're the kind of person who... Flattery lowers defenses. It makes you want to live up to the image they're presenting. It makes you want to prove you're as smart or capable or trustworthy as they're saying. You'll take risks you wouldn't normally take because you don't want to disappoint someone who thinks highly of you. Be suspicious of excessive praise from people who don't know you well enough to actually assess your character. Third tactic, social proof. They're going to mention other people who've already done this. Your friend Sarah already invested. A bunch of people from your church are involved. Everyone in your industry is doing this. I've helped several people you know. They might name names. They might reference groups you're part of. The implication is that if all these other people trust this, you should too. But you don't know if those claims are true. You don't know if those people actually did what they're claiming. And even if they did, that doesn't mean it's right for you or even right for them. Just because others are doing something doesn't validate it. Think for yourself. Fourth tactic, reciprocity. They're going to offer you something first or remind you of something they did for you. I'm calling because I wanted to help you. I'm giving you this opportunity first before I offer it to anyone else. Remember when I did that favor for you? I need a favor now. Creating a sense of debt or obligation makes you feel like you owe them something. Like saying no would be ungrateful or selfish. But you don't owe manipulators anything. A genuine gift has no strings. A real favor doesn't come with a payment schedule. If someone is counting what they gave you to leverage what they want from you, that's manipulation, not relationship. Fifth tactic, isolation. They're going to suggest you shouldn't talk to others about this. This is just between us. Don't mention this to your spouse/friend/family yet. Let's figure it out first. Other people won't understand this like you do. If you tell people, they'll talk you out of it and you'll miss out. Isolating you from your support system and your advisors makes you vulnerable. It cuts you off from people who would spot the manipulation and warn you. Legitimate offers and genuine requests don't require secrecy. Skazdu. If someone doesn't want you talking to others, that's a massive red flag. Sixth tactic, authority. They're going to position themselves or their source as authoritative. I've been doing this for 20 years. This company is highly reputable. I'm certified/licensed/trained in this. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Authority creates trust. We're conditioned to believe people with credentials, experience, or official standing. But authority can be faked. Credentials can be invented. Experience can be exaggerated. Don't accept claims of authority at face value. Verify. Check. Investigate. Now let me give you the script for how to handle tomorrow's call. When your phone rings and you see it's from this person or an unknown number that turns out to be them, here's exactly what you do. First, take a breath before answering. Center yourself. Remember this warning. Remember you're being hunted by someone who wants something from you. Answer with caution. not openness. When you answer, be polite but guarded. Don't be warm and friendly. Be neutral, professional, slightly distant. Don't give them emotional energy to work with. Hello. Nothing more. Let them explain why they're calling. Don't fill silence. Don't make small talk. Make them work for your engagement. Yes, they talk. Listen for the tactics I just described. Are they creating urgency? Using flattery? Claiming social proof? Trying to isolate you? Positioning themselves as authority? The more boxes they check, the more certain you can be that this is the dangerous call Michael warned about. While they talk, don't commit to anything. Your answers should be vague. I need to think about that. I'll need to look into that. That's interesting. I hear what you're saying. Don't give specific commitments. Don't agree to anything. Don't say yes to any request or offer. Buy yourself time. If they ask questions about you, be extremely guarded with information. Answer minimally. Redirect. Change the subject. Don't share details about your finances, your relationships, your schedule, your vulnerabilities, your plans. Everything you say can and will be used against you. If they push for information, that's confirmation they're gathering intelligence. Shut it down. I prefer to keep that private. I'm not comfortable discussing that. You don't owe anyone your personal information just because they asked. When they make their pitch, whatever they're asking for or offering, don't respond in the moment. No matter how good it sounds, no matter how urgent they claim it is. Your script is, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I never make decisions like this without time to think and pray about it. I'll need at least a week to consider this. If you need an answer sooner than that, I'll have to decline. This protects you in multiple ways. It gives you time to verify and investigate. It removes the urgency pressure. And if they can't wait a week, that tells you everything. It's a scam that needs you to act before you think. If they ask for money, access, information, or anything of value during the call, your answer is no. Not maybe. Not, let me see what I can do. No, I'm not able to help with that. That's not something I can do. I'm going to have to decline. Be firm. Be clear. Be final. Don't leave room for negotiation. Don't explain your reasons. That just gives them something to argue against. Just know, after the call ends, immediately talk to someone you trust. Tell them everything about the call, who it was, what they wanted, how they presented it, what you felt. Let someone with perspective help you see what you might be too close to see. Then pray. Ask God explicitly, was that from you? Is that person trustworthy? Should I engage with this? Wait for his answer. If you feel peace, maybe proceed carefully with extensive verification. If you feel unease, that's God saying no. Trust that. Do not call them back. Do not text them. Do not engage further until you've completed thorough verification. If what they claimed is true, it will still be true in 3 days, a week, a month. If it's not true, you've protected yourself by not responding hastily. Research everything they claimed. Google the company name. Check if the number is associated with scams. Look up the person's name. See if others have reported similar calls. Verify independently before you trust. Let me tell you what Archangel Michael will do during tomorrow's call if you stay open to his guidance. He's going to give you feelings in your gut, unease, discomfort, warning bells, that knot in your stomach, that tension in your chest, that voice in your head saying something's wrong. That's him speaking through your intuition. Don't ignore those feelings to be polite. Don't talk yourself out of them to avoid seeming suspicious. Trust them. Those feelings are divine guidance manifesting in your body. He's going to bring things to your mind. Memories of times you've been lied to before. Knowledge of how scams work. Scriptures about being wise as serpents. Thoughts of people you should call for advice. If certain things keep coming to mind during or after the call, pay attention. That's not random. That's Michael directing your thoughts toward protection. He's going to create opportunities for you to delay. Maybe someone else will call during the call, and you'll have an excuse to cut it short. Maybe you'll lose signal. Maybe you'll remember an appointment you have to leave for. These interruptions are actually divine interventions giving you space to escape the manipulation. Don't fight them. Use them. He's going to send confirmation through others. After the call, people are going to say things that relate to the situation without knowing about it. A sermon will address deception. A friend will randomly share a story about being scammed. You'll see a social media post warning about the exact type of situation you're dealing with. These aren't coincidences. These are Michael multiplying the warning through multiple channels to make sure you get it. Now let me address what some of you are thinking. What if this is a legitimate call and I miss a real opportunity or fail to help someone who genuinely needs me? Here's the truth. If it's legitimate, it will withstand scrutiny. If it's a real opportunity, it will still be there after you investigate. If someone genuinely needs help, they'll understand you needing to verify. Real things don't fall apart when you're careful. Only fake things do. You're not going to miss God's blessings by being wise. You're not going to fail someone who needs help by being discerning. But you absolutely will be harmed if you trust blindly. God values wisdom over blind faith. He gave you a brain and discernment for a reason. He expects you to use them. Being careful doesn't show lack of faith. It shows that you're stewarding your life responsibly. Proverbs is full of warnings about being cautious, about considering your steps, about not being naive. Trust is earned over time through consistent character. It's not given freely to anyone who asks nicely. Tomorrow's caller hasn't earned your trust. Don't give it anyway. Let me pray over you in tomorrow's call right now. Father God, I ask you to cover this person tomorrow when that call comes. Let the Holy Spirit be so strong in them that they sense deception immediately. Let Archangel Michael stand guard during that conversation, blocking every manipulative word from taking root. Give them supernatural wisdom. Let them see through lies. Let them recognize tactics. Let them feel uncomfortable if something's wrong. Give them courage to say no without guilt. Give them strength to resist pressure. Give them clarity to see reality beyond convincing words. Protect their money, their information, their relationships, their safety, their peace, their destiny. Let no weapon formed against them prosper. Expose this person's true intentions before any damage is done. Thank you for loving them enough to send this warning. Let them receive it and act on it. In Jesus' name, amen. Your assignment. Comment shielded if you're receiving this warning and preparing to be guarded tomorrow. Comment discerning if you're asking God for supernatural wisdom for tomorrow's call. Comment protected if you're claiming divine covering over the interaction. Right? I will not trust easily if you're committing to caution. Share this with someone who needs to be warned that a dangerous call might be coming their way. Archangel Michael is begging you not to trust the person who will call you tomorrow. He doesn't beg lightly. He doesn't plead without reason. The danger is real. The threat is serious. The potential harm is severe. But now you're warned. Now you're armed. Now you're ready. Tomorrow when that call comes, you're not going to be an easy target. You're not going to fall for manipulation. You're not going to give what they want. You're going to protect yourself because an angel who fights for you begged you to be careful, and you listened. The call comes tomorrow, but won't succeed. You win this one. God guarantees it.